know I'm about to. I'm only here for a minute. Bet you want a girl to keep it independent, and I know you gotta like a girl that's this appealing. Get you caught up in the moment, then I'll get you in your feelings. Tell your boys that you gon' meet them later on. Both of us are so taxi, leave the meter on. First time you out in Cali, never tried no strong, so you gon' have some stories to tell when you take it back home and tell them one time, Snowy always showed you what it's like. Leave you sleepy like the call the umpire. Get you out and get you rolling, get you gotta go. I got a flight up in the morning on someday, catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. Shout out to my that can get it independent and ain't looking for no love though. He trying to catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. He trying to stunt and give me drinks. I got the bottles in the section and I promise to pay.
And this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today. There's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Ravens going up against the Cowboys. With that, we'll send you out to Arlington, Texas. Here's Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and Mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys. Carry here for Terrence West. And he's brought down after a good gain. Give him 22 on that one. And it'll give the Ravens a first down.
So much of this game is still mental, still psychological. Yeah, we just saw a big-time run right there. But you have to believe he was dreaming about this last night in his hotel room before this one, thinking, hey, first time I touch it, let's go for some big yardage and set a tone. That's exactly what he got done.
And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Big run on the opening drive, and they better watch out for this guy or it's going to be a long game.
Back when I played in our scouting reports getting ready for games, we'd put stars next to the guys that we thought were the key players on the other side. There should have been 3 or 4 stars next to that guy's name.
They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Kyle Juszczyk taking it in. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. And now for Elliott, Charles, against Green Bay, 125 yards on the ground, became the first Cowboy rookie to rush for over 100 in a playoff game since Dwayne Thomas way back in 1970.
Another significant record added to what Ezekiel Elliott did in 2016. And just look at it this way. Everyone who watches NFL football pays lip service to the idea that the running game is important. I think Ezekiel Elliott really brought it back into focus in this season.
And he finished just 178 yards shy of Eric Dickerson's rookie record. A first down carry by Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. Here's the offense, and I don't know what more you can say at this point in his career about Jason Witten.
You just give him full respect. This is a guy who knows how to do everything on the football field. Not just catch the ball, but huge in the run game with his blocking at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Second down, Prescott. And Bryant's got it over the middle. Albeit in a losing effort, Dez was good against the Packers. 9 catches, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns as well.
I think it served as a reminder about who Dez Bryant really is as a player because his numbers were down from the season. Remember, he had some injury issues, adjusted to Dak Prescott, the way the offense shifted to revolve around Ezekiel Elliott. But when they needed to ring that bell, when it was time to throw the ball towards the end zone, Dez Bryant was there, some of the strongest hands in the league. Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They begin here with a run by West. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The ground game, no doubt, that was an issue for Baltimore this year, finishing 28th. Now, West, he was their leader, but only 774 yards.
Can you believe you just said that? The ground game was an issue for Baltimore? Yeah. Because that's what they're based on. I mean, that's who they are offensively. Being able to run the football, set that tone, set that physicality, and then throw the ball off of it. That wasn't Ravens football in 2016. I can't wait to see what they do next season, and will Terrence West be their lead running back.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Mike Wallace, the intended receiver. And it's 4th and 4. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Lucky Whitehead back deep for Dallas. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
Timmy Jernigan, play him over the nose, play him a defensive tackle, bounce him out to defensive end. Wherever you want to put him, Timmy Jernigan can play.
Prescott now on second down. He's got a man complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all of that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air. That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll try the sweep with Elliott, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. One man in the backfield, Elliott. He's going to get the football. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So a 1st down and 5 for the offense. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That is caught inside the 5. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Not a bad start for him. 2 drives for the offense, 2 rushing TDs.
Almost like he's in the percussion section in the band, isn't it? Got a little oomph, right? Got a little crash, got a little bang. He's got it all as he gets to the end zone. Second rushing touchdown, as you noted, on 2 drives. He's off to a terrific start.
Okay, you ready? Wait for it. But Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The drive begins with a handoff to West. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. Well, welcome back to the Elite Flyers Club, Mike Wallace in 2016. Back over 1,000 yards catching the ball. We always knew he could run, Brandon. But this year, I thought he really improved route running and making some more difficult contested catches.
And now, Steve Smith gone, and Mike Wallace will be 31 when next season starts, but a lot more weight on his shoulders.
He'll still be able to run. That won't be the problem. But at 31, he'll also understand how to be craftier in what he does and make some of those difficult catches a little easier for himself.
And some room to roam now. It's a foot race. Kenneth Dixon. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kenneth Dixon, 47 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. What a spin.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
10 yards on the pickup there. And the Cowboys are going to get a first down.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now Elliott. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I don't want to downplay the run, but that's exactly what I expected out of him coming out of college. When I look back at my draft analysis, one of the highest-rated players on my board, a 3-down back who can do everything. And one of the best parts of his game is what he does when he doesn't have the football, because he carries it really well, but he blocks equally as well as pass protects for his quarterback. I think he's going to be special.
Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Another pistol look here. Going right side, he has Witten. You think of all the years, speaking of Witten, that he's been around, but that touchdown catch he had against the Packers in the playoffs this year, that was his first postseason career TD.
Come on. That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. Where did you get that stat?
Now, that's not as much his fault as their lack of postseason appearances, but it was his first.
That's for real? That's legit?
That is legit.
Hard to believe.
Still, and this is a guy that hasn't missed a game since his rookie season in 2003.
And I don't think he's going to miss a game in 2017 either. I think he's energized and wants to come back and chase the ring.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll run again here with West. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball? Meaning a 50-50. The ball's in the air, defender's there, receiver's there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guys actually got it done and knocked it away. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
Prescott to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. He's going to let it go again. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you said 3 rushing touchdowns. And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Cedric Thornton able to use that strength and get him for a loss of 2. This is West. And some room to work. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect. People bounce.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell McClain forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Operating off play action. Flacco caught. Dennis Pitta. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here's Flacco. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And out now come the Cowboys. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because
touchdown, Cowboys! And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now West. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And quickly, they get to the line.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 13 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Back to the ground, but here McFadden. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Darren McFadden, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And they're going to speed things up here. They'll run it with West. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Second down following the run.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Flex down. Check. Here we go.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that.
Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Flacco being chased out left. Now he'll let it. And got his man complete. A big play that time for the Ravens. 49 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Flacco here on 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Roughing the passer, that's shades of Charles Davis back in his playing days.
Oh, I sure wish it had been, Brandon. Back in my day, I didn't hit anyone hard enough to rough the passer. I had a number of teammates that handled that for me.
Fresh set of downs here. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. In motion left goes Smith. Now Flacco, and hauled in by Pitta. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. 2nd down, Flacco now.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They come out here in the eye. Flacco looks to throw. Steps away. He may try and run for this. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. So now it's 1st and goal. They'll run. This is Allen. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Buck Allen taking it in. And the Ravens are in for 6.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. A give to Elliott. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll run it now with Dunbar. And he is going to loop. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, if we put up big points all game long, the defense is going to win one every now and then.
Muscles him off. Flushed out right. And it is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Fighting through. Time for a break. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Shift together here from the D-line. Here's West. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell him, Instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They come out here in the I. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Dennis Pitta, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And it's up and good. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. So the D-line's going to spread out. Prescott to throw this time. He completes it to Bryant. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
No matter how you evaluate quarterbacks, at some point arm strength is going to come into the conversation. I'm really impressed by what I saw on that throw on the out route.
Des Bryant, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Here's Prescott. Deep drop. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
To throw is Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Come on, let's go!
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Prescott now. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 2nd and 10. Flacco once more. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
Draw. Hard to admit that I used to draw. Portraiture in a human form. Doodle of a two-headed unicorn. It was soothing. Moving his arm in a fusion of man-made tools and amused from beyond, even if it went beautifully wrong. It was tangible truth for a youth to refuse to belong. No name nuisance. Who's in a bedroom? Who's in a brand new cuneiform? Barely commune with the horde. Got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. Might zone amp to the yap of the magpie. Unseen hand dragging his graphite. Cross contour, little bit of backlight. Black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine a rush that ensue when you get three dimensions stuffed in a two. Then it's off to a school where it's all you get to. Being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a two-bedroom doing menial jobs. Plus rhyming and stealing and being a clod. Distractions, freedom, a rod. I left some years of giving a light. I left some will the spirit away. I let my fears materialize. I let my skills deteriorate. Haunted by the thought of what I should have been. Continuing a mission that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Snap on the front lawn, look up in the sky. It's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings.
used to paint. Hard to admit that I used to paint. Natural light on a human face.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Jaguars going up against the Cowboys. With that, we'll send you out to Arlington, Texas. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we find ourselves right in the center of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Arlington and AT&T Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dallas Cowboys. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play. Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Let's go!
And that formation won't yield much here as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
So 3rd and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's brought down after a good gain. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. On the run, Dunbar. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I'm not sure they could have had a better call there for the defense. Blitz was called, and they're setting up for a draw. When you're blitzing, you're likely to beat them to the punch because they're going to take a little extra time to set up. Talk about the offensive line. In this case, you'll get into the backfield before they can get set up.
Prescott off play action. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. So the Cowboys will punt it on 4th down. As on is the veteran Chris Jones to kick it away. Back deep with Rashad Green. It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First carry for Chris Ivory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They stay on the ground. Ivory again. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Here's Bortles to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now T.J. Yeldon, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Bortles to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. On first down, Bortles. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. They'll come out in the pistol. Elliott fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Time running out here on the play clock. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. Well, you know, Charles, understandably, all the talk right now about the Super Bowl. Don't forget this week the Pro Bowl as well, down in Orlando. New location, back to the old format, AFC versus NFC.
And I like that. Now you don't have teammates having to play against teammates. I think it's more recognizable for the fans watching the game, so that should be fun. But also, how great is it that for our friends here at Madden, the game is right here in Orlando, so we can just pop over, check out practices, check out all the events leading up to the game. That should be a whole lot of fun, and it stands for Orlando is a big league city.
Play clock winding down. On second down, Ivory. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That's a prime example of how tough Chris Ivory can be to bring down.
He's so good that I think that he would last very well in a boxing gym. You know, because he's going to wear you down with those types of runs all game long. And if they can't start getting him on the ground quicker and more efficiently, they got a long game in front of them.
A very solid gain of 27.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To throw, it's Bortles. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target. And it's second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
They come up in an offset eye. Now Bortles steps away to his left. Caught out left side by Robinson.
Look, the raw numbers of everything doesn't always tell the tale. Allen Robinson caught 80 passes in 2015, 73 in 2016. But the yardage was a big difference, about 500 yards off.
Yards per catch way down. 1,400 last year in the season that just finished 883. It's interesting how that worked out.
Explosive plays, always the goal of the NFL. Not enough of them for Allen Robinson in 2016. So now that the 2016 season, which charitably was disappointing for Jacksonville, is over, they're going to look forward to, are we going to continue to move with these two running backs, meaning T.J. Yeldon and Chris Ivory? And T.J. Yeldon, supposed to be the primary ball carrier, didn't have as much success as they expected, but I still believe he can be a number one back in the NFL.
Yeah, Yeldon 465 in the yardage last year, Ivory 439. Is this a tandem that they want to go forward with together, though?
I think that it is. Remember, Ivory was out with some injuries last year. Yeldon could never really get going, but I do believe they'll bring some competition in to kickstart things for them.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to gain from it.
They go to Elliott again. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The give is to Elliott. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And the D looking like they may blitz. Again, it's Elliott. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Complete to Jason Witten. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And we've arrived at the 2-minute warning here in half number 1. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover. They're in the end zone. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Prescott to throw it. He's got time. He's going to go up top again. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So they are. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know if that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Hearns the man in motion left. Here's Bortles to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So on fourth down, the Jags send out Brad Nortman to punt. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys off. Onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
this
time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Taken in at the 11. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Chris Ivory off to the races. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Ivory in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time, John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, here's Bortles. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just goes right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game. The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a first carry here for Robinson. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And on the left side, he's got Witten. A very solid gain of 27. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them. And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Toss left to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 29 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And quickly they get to the line. In motion left, Robinson. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And this is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd down. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They come out here in the eye. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded just inside the 20s. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. They got 29 yards there. And it'll be 1st down, Cowboys.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Prescott now on second down. And this one complete to Winton over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now Prescott, and incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They start on the ground with Ivory. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And now they're in the hurry-up. Borrell's going to throw. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So now a 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. In motion left, Robinson. Now Bortles. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And out now come the Cowboys. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they're going to speed things up here. This is Elliott. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He completes it to Bryant. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And partner, nice little connection there on the corner route.
The receiver set it up perfectly, worked his way inside, and then broke it back to the outside for the completion.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge, huge play. And when you have a free safety who can run like that, you've got to turn him loose.
Here we go.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Over the middle to Smith. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the three. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the fourth quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going in.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Second down, 9 yards to go. They come up in an offset eye. On second down, here's Bortles. Catch here, left side, Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars. Julius Thomas, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. Is anyone happy about the 3-point
kicker?
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So we stopped on that play. We had plenty of carries all afternoon.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now Prescott, the man with over 1,000 catches, Jason Witten, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Prescott now. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Throwing. Prescott. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it's looking like the Jags are going to win this football game. And now out come the Jags. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Again, they run. Again, it's Ivory. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. And now here come the Cowboys. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. Well, Charles, it's great to win it.